You're thinking about moving, and the question you have is this a good time to sell my home? And that's what I'm going to answer next. So if you've been thinking about selling your house right now during the coronavirus outbreak, and you're wondering, is this the best time to sell my house right now? I'm getting one opinion from the media. I'm getting another opinion from my real estate agent. I've talked to other people who are selling their houses, and I want to know, is this the best time to sell my house? Well, a couple things I want you to know first. Right now, during the coronavirus outbreak, this season is going to pass. I've been selling houses for 23 years, a very long time. So I started this in 1997, and gosh, market was okay. You know, back then we had no social media. It was a whole different kind of real estate market. It was a lot harder as a brand new agent breaking into the market. But then we had 2001 when the World Trade Center got hit and the market tanked for a short time. And interest rates fell quickly. We refinanced 4 different times between 2001 and 2005. That's the kind of market we were going into. But during that, the market started thriving again. The World Trade Center tanking the market didn't last for long. And then the market started going just crazy. It was so good, 2003, 2004. 2005, and then 2006, the market peaked. It was phenomenal. The market was just amazing. And then the housing market collapsed in 2007, 2008, and it collapsed for a few years. That was horrible. And that season passed. And then we have now come into what has been a very strong seller's market for the last 3 years. And we already had a strong seller's market coming into this season now. Coronavirus has made for the strongest seller's market in history because we have a record low inventory of homes to buy. So the answer to this, is this a good time to sell your home? Yes. The answer is yes. This is the best time to sell your home because there's some reasons why. First of all, you need to understand no matter if it's a great market or if it's a horrible market, people always need housing. People always buy houses. Even when the market collapsed, and I rode all the way through that horrible season, and more than half the realtors quit, title companies closed, and inspectors went out of business, and appraisers quit. I rode it all the way through that market to the market that we have now. So, the reason why it's a great time to sell your home now is because we're in a very strong seller's market. What is a seller's market? That's when the sellers have control of the market. That means there's not enough listings. There's a lot of buyers, very few homes to go buy. It's a seller's market because the sellers have control. That means most of the country is in this market. We definitely have this market here, and the realtor friends I have around the country have said the same thing. Pretty much everywhere they live in the country. That means if you list your house right now, there is a great chance it's going to sell. It's going to sell quickly. If it's in a good location and it's priced well and it's in the price range of the city that's really hot, it's probably going to get a lot of showings in the first day or two on the market. You have a good chance of getting multiple offers. We haven't seen multiple offers in years. But in a very strong seller's market, which means there's not many listings to go choose from, you're probably going to oversell it. That means you can price it a little bit high, and you're probably going to sell it higher than that. The only thing holding you back is going to be the appraisal. And hopefully the appraiser doesn't come in and knock your value back down based on comps, which we are seeing quite a bit of that. So is this a good time to sell your house? Yes. Now, because you're gonna maximize value on it. And there's a good chance you may sell it as is. You could get multiple offers, and your top 2 or 3 offers could say, I want your house so bad, I'm going to just take it as is. You don't have to fix anything, and we're going to overpay to buy it. What a dream come true for a seller about to sell their home. Now, the other side to that, what would make it not a great time to sell right now? Where are you going to move? What is your seller, or what are you as a seller going to go buy? Because there's not many houses to go choose from for you. So you may get tossed into this market of, you may have to compete against multiple other buyers, and you may have to increase your offer to hopefully win on the house you're really wanting to buy. So the amazing profit you're about to make on selling your home, you may give up on buying your next home. But there's a lot of people out there who are not needing to buy another home right now. Should they be selling? Yes. There's a lot of seniors who are wanting to move into senior living. They are not going to buy another home. Should they or their families help them be selling houses, getting ready to do an estate sale, and maximizing their value right now? Absolutely, because this is the best time. In fact, here in the Midwest, we have a record low inventory. We have about a 1.5 month or 1.25 month of inventory on the market. It's not a healthy market for real estate agents, because our total number of transactions are a little lower because there's not as many houses to go sell. So with that said, if you don't need to go buy another house right now and you're thinking of selling your home, yes, do it quickly. The other thing that's in your favor of selling a home is these buyers, which there's a lot of buyers. They're out there because interest rates are at a record low. Not just low, they're at a record low. There are people who bought a house last year, they can refinance this year because interest rates have dropped so much. So again, is it a good time to sell? Yes. Now let's talk about, is it a good time to buy? So is it a good time to buy a home in this market? Yes and no. It depends on your situation. First of all, keep in mind, interest rates are at a record low. So if you're thinking of buying, you're going to maximize the value of what you can buy. Your price range can be a little higher because your amount of interest is lower. That's huge in your favor as a buyer. Also, there are a lot of houses for sale. Not a ton, but there are a lot of houses. Here in Kansas City, we had over 4,000 homes sell just last month. So don't think there's nothing for sale. There are a lot of homes for sale, but you're going to need a good realtor to walk you through how to make an offer when there's multiple offers so that your offer wins. And I've got a YouTube video out there titled that, How to Make Your Buyer Win when competing against multiple offers. You should watch that because there's a lot of tips that buyers really need to be following, and most of them don't. So watch that video if you're a buyer about to buy a home. Now, if you're an investor, because there's a lot of investors out there waiting for deals. Right now, there are not hardly any deals. The investment properties that come on the market, duplexes, fourplexes, they sell in a day. There are so many investors waiting for something to come on the market that they can buy. So if you can get a deal on a home, on any home, yes, you should jump on that because there's hardly any deals. But if you're an investor, keep in mind the whole point of investing is to make money off your investment. Now, if you can make the numbers work, even if you have to overpay to get it, you can still make the numbers work, and you're going to keep that as a very long-term investment, then you'll probably be okay if you can make the numbers work on what you're going to have to put in to remodel it, what kind of rent can you get. If you're going to try flipping it, that's going to be a little challenging in this market because there's not that many great deals. But if you can get a deal, yes, buy a home. Now, if you're a buyer and you think you're going to sell your home that you're about to buy in less than 3 years or 4 years or 5 years, if it's going to be a short-term ownership of this house and you know you're going to get transferred, you're going to be moving to another city, this is probably not the best time for you to buy a home, because in a year from now, here's what could happen. This is why this is the best time to sell your home, because here's the market we may be looking at in the future. Now, I can't predict the future. Nobody can predict the future and be totally accurate. If anybody could do that, they'd be living in Vegas right now, making a fortune. But here are some things going on in the economy that you should think about as to why you should sell now if you're looking at selling quickly, compared to an agent who's telling you, oh, the market's horrible right now, you should really wait a year until it improves. Here's what's probably going to happen next year. First of all, we have a strong seller's market. That's the biggest thing in your favor. You're going to have a lot of buyers, a lot of showings, possibly multiple offers. You're going to maximize your sales price if you want to sell your home now. Interest rates are at a record low. They may not be this low this time next year. We have a big election coming. Depending on who wins, interest rates may start climbing. That will definitely have impact on the market. The other thing, the biggest thing out there right now. So one of the bad things from coronavirus has been a lot of businesses had to close. There are a few million people out of work. The government has made it possible that a renter cannot be foreclosed on right now. And if you are behind on making your mortgage payments, if you own a home, you can't be foreclosed on or evicted from your home either. So as a renter, you can't be evicted. As a homeowner, you can't be foreclosed on for a few more months. Now, as these deadlines begin to expire, at some point, banks will be able to foreclose, because when it comes to you as a renter or you as a homeowner, if you don't pay, you don't stay. So there's going to be probably a round of foreclosures come on the market sometime in 2021, because it just makes sense. There's too many people out of work. There's too many of those people who will not be going back to work. A lot of these businesses, especially restaurants, they're currently operating at half capacity. A lot of those restaurants will probably not survive this. They're just not going to be able to operate long term at a loss. And so you're going to see a lot of people just simply not get to go back to work. And that's why you're going to see some foreclosures come on the market next year. Probably, maybe not, but probably. If the economy just really turns around and everyone gets to go back to work over the next few months, which hopefully happens, because we'll be going into the third and fourth quarter now of 2020. And depending on who wins the election, that's going to have huge impact on the economy and different stimulus packages and stock prices and jobs and everything. But if we go into next year and we go into a more balanced market where there are not as many buyers and there are a lot more listings, then it will not be as great of a time to sell your home next year as it is right now to maximize your value. You may not be able to go into a situation where you get multiple offers and a bidding war and driving your price higher. So that's something to think about as to why now is the best time to sell your home. Now, as a buyer, next year could be a much better time with more opportunities to buy a home, hopefully without you having to go through multiple offers. Now, if you're an investor wanting to buy a home, next year could bring opportunities like we don't have right now. I'm kind of hoping there could be some vacation homes come on the market in Florida. Can you imagine getting something on the beach? Because a lot of people will let go of their vacation homes in order to save their personal home. If they can't maintain 2 mortgages, you're going to see people let go of some of their vacation homes. Now, hopefully that doesn't happen, because that's horrible for the economy. But if it does, get ready. Get yourself in a good cash position so that you can put a large down payment and take advantage of what could happen next year. So that's kind of where we are today in our market. That's what I think could happen next year because of the economy. So again, the question, if you're thinking about selling your house now, is this a good time to buy? Yes. Take advantage of all the opportunities that are in front of you and get 2 or 3 different opinions from realtors on the price of your home. you might be surprised that your home is worth more than you think it is right now, because things have appreciated so much in the last 3 months. You would be really surprised, probably really excited to know what your home is probably worth right now. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, please click subscribe. Please turn on your notifications. I'm gonna hopefully put out some more videos over the next few weeks. This is really fun. Thanks for watching.